Are you always looking for better ways to support your language learners? Well, that's probably why you listen to this podcast, because you care about teaching. But time is often limited, and sometimes you just need a quick, practical idea you can use tomorrow. That's exactly why I created the Ready for Tomorrow Quick Win PD series. In this episode, I'll walk you through these short, focused courses designed specifically for world language teachers with real classroom strategies that actually stick. So let's jump in. Whether you're planning your first lesson or celebrating your 20th year in the language classroom, I understand exactly where you are. I'm Joshua Cabral, and I'm also a language teacher in my 29th year of teaching. Now, I also have the opportunity to support schools and teachers all across the country who are working towards increasing proficiency and building confidence in their students. This is the World Language Classroom Podcast, with over 200 episodes of practical strategies tested in real classrooms just like yours and mine. So let's jump in. Vamos, allons-y. Hello, my friends. Bonjour, mes amis. Hola, mis amigos. Welcome to the World Language Classroom Podcast. I am Joshua Cabral, and thank you, as always, for spending this time with me and listening to a podcast about language teaching. So I know that you are already doing great work in your classroom. I mean, look, you're here. You're listening to a language teacher podcast, which tells me that you are reflective and you're motivated and you're always looking to grow. Now, I often hear from listeners that they don't have a lot of access to specific language teaching PD in their schools. A lot of times there's more general PD, but not something that's specific to their language department. And they will tell me that they want to keep growing, but they maybe can't get to a conference. And that's the reason that they listen to the podcast, because it's their way of getting that ongoing PD. And I absolutely love hearing that. And it's what keeps me motivated. It keeps me wanting to find new things to talk about, to bring to your earbuds, to bring to your car journey to school in the morning, so that we can talk about language teaching. But I've been hearing more from teachers that they do want that specific PD. And sometimes teachers can't get to a conference. There might not be one that's local, or they can't have specific language teacher PD in their school, or it might come down to they can't go to a conference because you can't get substitute teachers in your school right now. There's so many reasons that have led me to this idea that I want to create specific language teacher PD that is the next step from the podcast. So yes, absolutely. Keep listening to the podcast. I'm going to bring you episodes every Monday. We'll keep doing this. So I see it as the next step from listening to the podcast. Whereas the podcast is all audio, when you take part in these courses, there's a visual component that goes along with it as well. So yes, it's my same voice, my similar style, but it's much deeper and more actionable on very specific topics. So what is included in this series? Well, as of now, I have a collection of 30-minute mini courses for world language teachers, and they're focused on quick wins, which means that you can listen today, go through it, and then use it in your classroom tomorrow. That's why I call it the Ready for Tomorrow series. So in each one of these courses, there is a short, focused audio lesson. So it's sort of like listening to a podcast, but with visuals and a lot more detail and looking at the examples in the classroom. There is a note sheet that you can print out. There are planning templates that go right along with the notes, and then specific proficiency level examples, reflection prompts, and then the thing that really sets it apart from listening to a podcast episode is you can get a certificate of completion that is personalized for that course with your name on it that I will send directly to you when you finish the course and you answer a couple of questions about it. So as of now, I have 10 courses available, and I've spent a big chunk of the summer recording these, writing these all out, coming up with all the themes. And I'm going to make 5 more throughout the school year as well. So I'll make a new one about every month or two, and you will see those come out as the school year goes on. But as of right now, there are 10 courses, and I want to tell you what they are. So each course tackles a practical classroom challenge, and there are tools and strategies so you can implement right away. So the first one is intentional planning for proficiency. So in this course, you're going to learn to design with the end in mind and align everything with your proficiency goals. So the audio course, lots of notes on it, very specific examples at novice, intermediate, and advanced, walking through exactly what that would look like, and then a planning template, and then some reflection activities for you to do in your own classroom. So lots to do with intentional planning for proficiency. The next one is from a vocabulary list to a communicative task. And this is moving from the idea of just memorizing the meaning of words on a list. And a lot of times teachers have vocabulary lists that are part of their curriculum. But how can you take that list and then make it into communicative tasks for your students? The next course is First Steps for Teaching Grammar in Context. There's a lot of talk about teaching grammar as a concept, in context, communicatively. So these are your first steps. So if this is a newer concept to you, I really start at the beginning and how are you going to teach grammar through input and communication and not drills. Then there's a course that I call Boost Interpersonal Speaking at All Levels. So this is where you'll have lots of tools for scaffolding real-time conversations and building student confidence in the classroom. And then I have a course called Build Strong Listening Skills. And this is using the ideas of prediction, summarizing, and focus tasks to make listening purposeful for your students. And what's really useful here is when I break down the examples at the novice, intermediate, and advanced proficiency levels and how you can use all of that procedure with each of those levels. The next course is Using Authentic Texts at Every Level. Now, this means engaging students with real-world language even at the novice level. So different ways to engage students at the different levels in using authentic texts in your language classroom. Then the next course is Engaging Reading Activities that Build Proficiency. So this is not just about passive reading for understanding, but actually using it for proficiency and moving beyond comprehension questions to deep reading tasks and then using it as a springboard for interpersonal tasks and writing tasks as well. And again, you'll have the planning template that goes along with that, as well as the examples at all the proficiency levels. The next course is Improve Student Writing with Sentence Frames and Scaffolds. And in this course, it's going to help you to support your students in writing with confidence, clarity, and purpose, and using these different frames and scaffolds to help them to get there. And it's not just about the novice level, but there are places where you'd also want to use these scaffolds even at the advanced level of writing. Then the next course is Short Writing Tasks that Build Confidence and Proficiency. So this is about finding those practical, quick activities that build fluency and expression in writing that are low stakes. You can do them regularly, and it's what's going to build that confidence in writing for students and seeing what that can look like at the different proficiency levels and really specific ideas about how to do it along with a planning template. And then the last of these 10 courses is design activities that are fun and communicative. So this is the idea of creating classroom experiences that are joyful, but also communicative and effective in building proficiency in our students, and how to do that at the different proficiency levels, specific examples, a planning template to go along with it, and then some ideas for going into your own classroom and thinking deeply about it and looking at some examples of things you're already doing and how can you make it more communicative, and then some ideas for going further, which is included in all the classes as well. So what makes this type of PD a little different? Well, first off, it's specifically for language teachers, so no need to adapt or translate the strategies from other content areas that might be coming up, and it's truly actionable. I did not focus on a lot of theory, a lot of like heavy, overwhelming, this is the theory behind why this works. I'm going into this thinking you're a podcast listener, you've heard me talk about this stuff on the podcast. how can you actually make it work in your classroom. Really about try this out in your classroom tomorrow, and here's something that you can do. So the idea is you get to the end of each one of these courses, which should take you no more than 30 minutes. The audio is about 20 minutes, spend about 10 minutes reading through stuff, and you can create a lesson for tomorrow and then lots of lessons after that. But it's not meant to be this overwhelming experience, but quick win. That's why I'm calling it a quick win. And it's efficient and practical. So it's just 30 minutes for each one. It's very flexible because you can learn anytime, anywhere at your own pace. So when you get these, it's a 6-page PDF that has the templates, the examples, the notes, and everything on there. And there's a link to listen to the audio where I walk you through everything right on there. So you do it on your time, flexible for you. And it's made for teachers just like you. So it's focused on your goals and your learners and your classroom realities. So a lot of it is things I've tried out in my own classroom, but also I work with schools all across the country and I talk to teachers all the time. So I'm seeing what's working in a lot of different classrooms, and I want to bring this to you. So each one of these courses is available individually, or you can get them in a bundle. So if you get the bundle, it's all 10 of them. And essentially because the bundle is discounted 20%, that you will get 2 courses for free if you get the whole bundle. But here's the most important part is that I'm going to add 5 more courses throughout this school year. And if you get the bundle now, I will add the future courses into it, but you'll get all those future courses for free once you have the bundle, because I will just add them directly to the bundles. So you lock in if you get it now. Thing is each time I add a course to the bundle price will increase because there's an additional course in it, but not for you if you have the bundle. So it's best to get that now to get your planning and your growing ready for the entire school year. So you can explore individual topics that fit your current goals, or you can dive into the entire bundle and build your PD toolkit one course at a time. And if you do get the entire course bundle, I include a bonus, which is a framework about how to approach all 10 of the courses and break them down into saying, if this is your focus area, right now you should do these 3 courses because they complement each other. And then there's like some questions so that you can look at them introspectively in those particular areas. So it's not just you have these 10 courses, what are you going to do? I was specific and intentional about making a framework for how you can approach all of them together. So you can find all the details about these courses in the link in the show notes, or you can go right to my website, wlclassroom.com/quickwin. So wlclassroom.com/quickwin. And again, also in the show notes. Thank you for all of the incredible work that you are doing to help your students, to make sure that they are confident and that they are communicating. And I'd love to help you bring proficiency-focused strategies to your classroom, to your department, whether it's an on-site workshop, a live virtual session, a self-paced departmental PD, or individually right now, one of these Ready for Tomorrow Quick Win courses for individual teachers. I'm sure there is an option that's right for you. So you can find all of those details in the show notes or on my website. So I will talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you for listening. Be sure to follow or subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. And let's stay connected on social media. You can find me at WL Classroom pretty much everywhere. You'll also find lots of ideas, suggestions, and resources on my website, wlclassroom.com. Now stay curious, keep learning, and continue the great work you do inspiring and supporting your students.